guys, what's going on? It's Eli back with another review video, and for this one, gonna be reviewing another one of my all-time favorite Disney animated films. Now, of course, as you all know, number 1, Great Mouse Detective, number 2, Nightmare Before Christmas, number 3, Robin Hood, number 4, Zootopia, number 5, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, number 6, Lion King, number 7, Beauty and the Beast, number 8, The Jungle Book, and now for number 9, 9 fingers. For number 9, it's The Little Mermaid. Yep, The Little Mermaid. What can you say about The Little Mermaid? I mean, it's great. It's fantastic. And for it being the start of the Disney Renaissance, you know. But I still kind of think that The Great Mouse Detective, I think I've heard from some other people too, that The Great Mouse Detective kind of started the Disney Renaissance, like a peep of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I know I've heard from a couple of other people, but, you know, just saying. But anyway, so The Little Mermaid, well, it's fantastic. Everything about it, from the animation, the story, the characters, the songs, you know, everything. Of course, the opening is really good, you know, because it opens with the ship in the ocean, you know, the fathoms below, you know, that song. Now, of course, with the appearance of Prince Eric, Grimsley, and you know, the opening credits and beautiful music playing, you know. And, of course, we see the kingdom, you know, King Triton's kingdom, you know. Like this big festival or concert, and like King Triton appears. And actually, as King Triton comes out, the music plays and the audience is cheering for King Triton. Actually, if you look down the crowd, like Mickey, Goofy, and Donald make cameos in there, as well as Kermit the Frog, actually. Paul, check it out and see, because they're in there, definitely. Maybe some of you know and some of you don't, but, you know, if those of you that don't, hey, I gave you something to look for and check it out. You know, it's one of those Easter eggs, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so, of course, Sebastian comes out, you know, I'm really looking forward to this, Sebastian, you know, your daughters, they will be fantastic, you know, especially my little Ariel, you know, and fun if she showed up for rehearsal on time, as Sebastian says. And so, you know, the concert plays, the sisters come out, and then, of course, Ariel's supposed to be there, but she's not. Her and Flounder are out looking for treasure and such, and come across the ship, and that whole scene with them being chased by a shark, you know, and that's when, of course, we come to Scuttle, you know, and it's a dingle hopper. Humans use one of these little babies, you know, and this Snarf makes very fine music, allow me. That's my best Scuttle impression I can do, so, you know. That's when, like, Ariel realizes, you know, music and the concert. My father's gonna kill me. Concert was today, you know? Thank you, Scuttle. Anytime, sweetheart. Anytime, you know? And then Flotsam and Jetsam, the two wheels are there. Ursula's watching, you know, because Flotsam and Jetsam, their eyes, you know, can, like, I guess be like the portal or something to Ursula's magic crystal ball or something. I don't know. I don't know what the word is, but that's the best I'm saying. And yet we learn from Ursula because, you know, she used to be part of that kingdom and, like, being banished and such and practically starving, you know. And, of course, you know, Flotsam, Jetsam, I want you to keep an extra close on her. You know, she may be the key to Triton's, I don't know what she said, but, you know. And we cut to Ariel back at the kingdom and talking to her father, you know. And, of course, like, after a little argument and such, like, you know, I never want you to go to that surface again. Is that clear, you know? Ariel goes off upset and such, Flounder with her too. Triton puts Sebastian in charge, keep an eye on her, etc., you know, and, like, Sebastian, like, he's just like, you know, I should be right in however he says it, you know, not tracking down some hit-strong teenager. I forget how he says it, but that's the best I'm gonna say. Then Sebastian follows Ariel and Flounder, like, you know, what is that girl up to, you know, and stumble upon Ariel's little hideout or something, you know, of all her collection, and a really great, fantastic song from that, of course, Part of Your World, of course, It's fantastic. It's a really good song, of course. Beautiful animation and the singing of Jodie Benson, lyrics and stuff by Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, just everything to it. Of course, that's when, of course, Sebastian, Ariel, and Flounder, go up to the surface, and they see a ship there, which, of course, is the same ship from earlier, with Eric and Grimsley, Max, and the others having a little party, celebration, fireworks going off, and the music that's played during that, it's really good music, too, actually. As we see, this band playing, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Max discovers Ariel. Max is called by Eric. Ariel sees Eric for the first time, and she instantly falls in love with him. And Scuttle comes in. And then Grimsley has his birthday gift for Eric, which is a statue of him, just like that. And Max is not sure if he likes that. And Matt and Eric, he's kind of mixed feelings on it, And Eric, Grimsley even says to Eric, the whole kingdom is, I forget how he puts, for you to settle down with the right girl, and Eric, he says, she's out there somewhere, Grimsley. I just haven't found her yet, Well, maybe perhaps you're not looking hard enough, Oh, believe me, Grim, without a doubt, it'll just bam, hit me like lightning. And then right as he says that, lightning strikes. Hurricane a-coming, stand fast, secure the river. However he says it. That cool sequence, and with that thunderstorm, against the ship, everything, and the ship crashes, and then the statue of Eric goes sinking down the ocean. Eric goes back for Max, as Max is trapped on the ship, as flames of fire, etc. Eric saves Max. Max gets his foot caught in a giant hole, the ship. There's fireworks and explodes. We even see, because more bits of boxes with fireworks, they go off. Almost half of the ship explodes because of that. And of course, Ariel discovers Eric. She saves Eric, brings him up to shore. Some fireworks were going off. We cut to when it's daytime, and is he dead? It's hard to say, as Scuttle says. Picks up his foot. And they're like, oh, I can't make a heartbeat, And Ariel, no, look, he's breathing. He's so beautiful. And another rendition of singing Part of Your World. And then, of course, Max and Grimsley come in, and Eric, a girl, she was singing. She rescued me, Eric, Grimsley, Max go off, walk off. Ariel sings more of Part of Your World. Of course, Flotsam and Jetsam show up. Ursula watching, King Triton's daughter would make a fine addition to my garden, and her evil laugh. And we cut back to the kingdom, and in the sister's room, Ariel comes out and she's in love, that's when, she's got it bad. What has she got? Isn't it obvious, Daddy? Ariel's in love, and Ariel put a flower on Triton's head, Ariel in love, And of course, another great song in that film, Under the Sea. Of course it's a great song too. Of course it is. Of course, the seahorse, the little seahorse, I forget his rank, but, I forget the name of it, but, the seahorse comes in, he alerts Sebastian, that he, basically he knows about Ariel and love and such, he knows, and who'll be the lucky merman, etc. As Triton saying, come in, Sebastian, I must act normal, Yes, yes, your majesty, That's when, Sebastian can't hold it in anymore, as, I think King Triton's trying to get to Sebastian to tell him about Ariel and love, etc., and Sebastian just can't hold it anymore, and he just lets it out. I tried to stop her, and bringing up humans, etc., and what about humans? And that's when they go, and that's when we cut back to Ariel's hideout. Flounder surprises Ariel with the statue of Eric, because apparently it must have made its way there, And that's when Sebastian, King Triton come in, I consider myself a reasonable merman. He destroys everything as such, even after Ariel says, Daddy, I love him, and, he's a human, you're a mermaid, I don't care, so help me, Ariel, and if this is the way it's, blah, 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 so be it. Destroys everything, and then destroys the statue of Eric. Ariel just, cries and such, and you even see the look on King Triton's face. He kind of feels sorry that he had to do that and everything else, just something, Um, then he goes off. Sebastian tries to comfort, but, she says, just go away. Sebastian, Flounder, they go off. Flotsam and Jetsam come in. They take her to Ursula's lair. And another great song, Poor Unfortunate Souls. It's good, too. And a good villain song, of course. That's when Ariel turns into a human, makes her way to the surface. Eric finds Ariel, and, of course, she can't speak, and, Eric's like, so you wouldn't be the one and so you couldn't be the one, and, that part with Max and Ariel did, their hair and such, oh, brother, come on. That's great, But I think Max even knew it was her, even when he first saw her, so, I think we can tell. That's when Ariel now is in Eric's kingdom, etc., and that funny scene with Sebastian and Chef Louis, and Louis, of course, being voiced by Odo. That is Odo from DS9. Rene, what's his last name? Having trouble with that, but you know what I'm talking about. So that and another great song, Les Poissons, Les Poissons. How I love Les Poissons, First and I pull out their bones, and and him and Sebastian. And that music playing, da, 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 just trying to get Sebastian, etc., and then going for him, and then he makes his way to the glass of dishes and bowls. It's funny, and then what's her face? Colin, if I'm saying her name right, I think if I'm a bit off, but comes in like, Louis, what are you doing? Well, I was just, I'm sorry, madame. He puts out a little bit of flame on his mustache. And of course, as Grimsley opens, the tray or whatever it is, holding the food, etc., protecting it, Ariel sees Sebastian, shh, and she opens it, will you want a tour of my kingdom tomorrow? Would you like to join me on a tour of my kingdom tomorrow? And let's eat this crab before it runs off my plate. It does, that. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to mention that funny scene with them at the dinner table. Ariel sees a fork and thinks it's a dingo hopper. Eric and Grimsley stare, it's funny, And when Ariel spots the pipe, that Grimsley has, do you like it? Just blows into it and the stuff blows in his face. It's funny. And even Eric laughs a bit, and yet McCollin, or God, what's her name? I forget. You know what I'm talking about. Eric, I haven't seen you laugh in a while, and Grimsley, amusing, Anyways, and so, of course, we cut to nighttime, and, Sebastian, funny bit with Sebastian, you go to like this, It's funny. Of course, Ariel falls asleep. And then, of course, we cut to the next day, and that whole sequence with them taking a tour and Ariel being kind of funny, and also them dancing, and she takes a puppet hand out of some guy's hand, and then Ariel takes control of the horse's carriage. It's funny. And of course, we cut to the sequence with Kiss the Girl. Another great song, of course. It's great too. Of course, Flotsam and Jetsam ruin it, basically. They're about to kiss, but they tip over the boat, basically, and Sebastian, Of course, it turns out it's Flotsam and Jetsam, so, nice work, boys, as Ursula says. That was a close one. Too close. The little tramp. Oh, she's better than I thought. And, of course, well, it's time Ursula took hands of her own, or however she says. I'll see him rig like a worm on a hook and transform into a, human version of herself into Vanessa, basically. That's how she goes by name, Vanessa, so, of course, Eric's out on the balcony at nighttime playing his flute. Grimsley comes and talks to Eric, I guess it gives him advice, And then, he sees Ariel in the window, smiles, and then he throws his flute out in the ocean. I don't know why he does that. I'm sure there's a reasoning, I don't know. Maybe if you guys know, leave in the comment section, I don't know. And I think at one point, I think he's about to go to Ariel, etc. But that's when he hears singing, and that's Ursula in disguise as Vanessa. The necklace on her, and with Ariel's voice being in the shell, And of course, a little spell, it goes in, we see in Eric's eyes, like, kind of hypnotizes him and falls for Vanessa, and as we see, Scuttle tells Ariel and Sebastian the news that, he's getting married, and thinking it's Ariel, she goes to Eric and sees that there's a woman with Eric, it's Vanessa, but Ursula in disguise, Of course, at that point, Ariel and Sebastian Flounder, they don't know. And that kind of a sad scene with Ariel, she's very upset, and Sebastian Flounder feeling very sorry and sad for her. And even Flounder, like, he even tears up, he even cries a bit, a tear. It shows how much of a good friend he is, And Scuttle, he's flying around, kind of singing, and then he hears singing in a room in the ship, and it's Vanessa / Ursula, and then and the ocean will be mine. He twirls and pulls the mirror, adjusts the mirror, and it's Ursula in the mirror, like, the sea witch. Oh no, I gotta. He bangs his head, and makes his way to Ariel. And, like, of course I was like, are you hear what I'm telling you? The prince is marrying the sea witch, Are you sure about this? Am I sure about this? I mean, I've never been wrong, And Ariel and Flounder, they make their way to the boat while Sebastian goes off to inform the king. And then he tells Scuttle to stall the wedding. That's when he alerts all the other sea creatures and such out in some parts of the ocean with the kingdom, come on, we got an emergency here. Make their way to the boat. They swarm in and attack, mess around with Ursula slash Vanessa. Or I did that reverse. Vanessa / Ursula, so Max takes intervene. He bites Ursula on the butt, basically. The necklace goes flying, breaks, and Ariel's voice comes back to her. And then, of course, that sequence with, Triton confronting Ursula, Triton, taking the deed and a deal, taking Ariel's place, because the deal and such. Do we have a deal? Ha, it's done then! King Triton turns into that kind of flower, I don't know what the term it is for that, but you know what I mean. And Ariel actually kind of tackling Ursula's like, you monster! I love that face she makes. It's really good. And also, like, Eric intervenes and such. Flotsam and Jetsam go after him. Flotsam and Jetsam, that's what I mean. I might have said it a bit too fast. Sebastian Flounder, coming, bite and slap him on the face, let go of Eric, say goodbye to your precious prince. Ariel pulls her by the head. The strike goes straight to Flotsam and Jetsam, making them explode. Babies, my poor little poopsies. And that's when Ursula goes berserk, gets really pissed off, and then she inks and such, like, what I'm saying, like as octopuses would do, and she gets bigger and such. Even the look on Sebastian Flounder's face, we know that's not good. And of course, Ariel and Eric, you gotta get away from here. No, I won't leave you. And as they say those words, Ariel doesn't count, but mostly with Eric when he says, no, I won't leave you don't see Eric's mouth moving. He clearly says that we see him on camera, but he doesn't move his mouth. I think that could have been an error or something of animation, I don't know. But of course, Ursula rises out of the ocean. You pitiful, insignificant fool, And of course, that whole sequence of Eric against Ursula. Eric kills Ursula by striking the ship into her, and even that sound, it makes, or something, ah! She falls to her death, etc. Kind of gets electrocuted or something. And of course, that's the end of Ursula. Eric makes his way to shore. The flower kind of things in Ursula's lair, they transform back into mermaids, because those were mermaids that were like transformed and turned into Ursula's like garden, And King Triton turns back to himself. They're out on the ocean, like close to shore where Eric is. Ariel's staring at Eric, and King Triton, she really does love him, doesn't she? Doesn't she, Sebastian, And of course, Sebastian, it's like I always say, Your Majesty, children, something, you always say that? Then I guess there's just one problem left. And what's that, Your Majesty? How much I'm going to miss her. And the look on Sebastian's face, like, what? And King Triton transforms Ariel into human, and yeah, and then Ariel and Eric they get married, and even I like and a little funny part, back with Sebastian Louis. Sebastian gets back on Louis, by cutting off rope, and a pole or something, however it's called, hits Louis, knocks his teeth out. It's like he falls to his back, and Sebastian, yes, thank you. Ariel says goodbye to Scuttle, Flounder, and Sebastian, and to his dad, and Ariel gives the last line of the film saying, "I love you, Daddy," and, the prince, Eric, Prince Eric, that is, and King Triton, they meet at last, he bows to him, and kind of, Triton kind of nods his head, and, chorus singing, part of your world, and the last bit, oh, really perfect and such, and the last shot with Ariel and Eric kissing, and then it fades to black, boom, the movie ends, the credits roll, and repeat of Under the Sea, and with the opening music, during the opening credits plays. And the movie, The Little Mermaid, it's a fantastic film, and for it being the start of the Disney Renaissance, and just a fun, phenomenon, just everything about The Little Mermaid is awesome. And for The Little Mermaid, well, I give it 10 out of 10 stars. Obviously, why not? Again, Little Mermaid, it's a really great Disney animated feature, and for it being one of Disney's bests, definitely. Everything about it is fantastic. And you guys let me know what you think of The Little Mermaid, because again, for me, as I said, I love it, and it's really good. So again, 10 out of 10 stars for The Little Mermaid. I hope you guys enjoyed this review video. More new review videos coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video /review video. Take care, and peace out.